Well, hello everybody. Bug Eater 64 here, and we're at Dallas Fort Worth International, KDFW, and we are getting ready to do a flight. And this is just going to be a short video. We're flying from Dallas Fort Worth to Greenville, Spartanburg, KGSP in upstate South Carolina. So it's going to take a few hours because the DC6, as great a bird as she is, she's not that fast. Basically, we cruise at about a little under 250 knots. So our altitude speed limits are usually not an issue. So what we're going to do is we're going to get going here. The flight is already in progress when we start, and it's a late afternoon flight. So we'll get to see probably a very nice sunset. So let's get going, and we'll see you inside. Okay, so here we are. We're about 40 minutes into the flight. Said it was late afternoon starting time, and you can already see that the sun is on its way down. But our DC6 is flying very nicely. We've got 68 passengers and 1,710 pounds of cargo. So we are doing just fine. And as you can see, all the gauges seem to be working just fine. Oil pressures are good, fuel flow is good. So, just a beautiful day to fly, though, I must say. We're just over 10,000 feet. Ground speed is about 258. Indicated airspeed is about 210. So, got quite a tailwind. And you'll see it move us. Some of that wind kind of move us around a little bit. And there's our sunset. Very, very pretty.
Atlanta Center, Air America to exact 610,100 feet. Air America to exact 6 Atlanta Center, altimeter 30.15. Continue as planned.
Well, the clearer turbulence have kind of buffeted us a little bit, moving us up and down, but the autogyro autopilot is working as advertised. Check our altimeter and just set it here. 3015. Okay, we are on approach, and they changed the situation. We were supposed to land on runway 4, and on approach they changed things, so I had to make some pretty drastic changes so we can land on runway 22. But we're coming into Greenville Spartanburg International, and we'll just kind of slide this old girl. We got plenty of runway, so it's going to be a long landing, but just going to move her over gently so we come down onto the runway and not a taxiway. In reality, I probably should have done a missed approach, but I just want to get her on these long flights like this. I run out of patience. So we'll move over towards the center line. Wind is pushing us pretty good. And we have touchdown. Not a bad landing, all things considered. My engines are doing something silly, and that's not the aircraft problem. That's my problem. Because I adjusted some throttle settings in my HOTAS, and so that each engine would have its own throttle. We'll come down here and we'll get off the runway and get on the taxiway. Yeah, flaps are coming up.
Air America to exec 6 contact ground on 121.9er. 121.9er for Air America to exec 6.
And we'll do this taxi we used to use in 2 engines. Leave the other engines on idle. Should make it much easier not to overspeed. Well, we're here at Greenville Spartanburg International, the early evening. And we'll check our FSAirlines flights information. And it's a beautiful, cool evening in Greenville, Spartanburg. Temperature right now in the mid-50s. And we will get ready here at the next exit. Turn right and head straight into the gate. And we'll be pulling into gate number 3. Okay, parking brake set. So that'll end our FSAirlines flight successfully, as you can see there. I never write any comments. Ain't got nothing to say. Warning for X-plane users, even though I'm flying in MSFS 2020. So we'll go ahead and close that out. And then we can shut down the engines and call it a day. Well, hello everybody. We finished the flight. Now, you saw there was a late afternoon start and we ended up landing at night. This is the next day we're actually recording this, but we are at Greenville, Spartanburg International, and everything went fairly well. Had one issue when I did the flight plan and did the check-in. They were going to have me land on runway 4. By the time we got here, apparently the wind had changed and we had to land on runway 22. And I have done some rebinding of my controls on my HOTAS. Excuse me. I use both the in the throttle quadrant, I use my Warthog, and I also use my X55 throttle quadrants. So each engine has a throttle. So ran into a bit of an issue because this old man forgot that on coming in for a landing and was only working with 2 engines throttles. So that's why things got kind of goofy. And but we got it down safe, minus 245, 247 feet on the landing touchdown, so no complaints there whatsoever. I did get one penalty for FSAirlines because prior to takeoff, I had oversped on the taxi. So that causes a bit of an issue. But really, hey, instead of getting 100% quality on the flight, I only got 95. Oh, well, stuff happens. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the flight. I had fun bringing it to you. Like I say, it was very short as far as the recording goes, but and I forget. I'm getting old, and I'm gonna have to get a checklist for some of this stuff. I didn't record the landing to show the replay like I normally do, and that was simply because I got into this flight. It took about 3.5 hours to cover the distance, and forgot that I was in Microsoft Flight Simulator and not X-Plane. In X-Plane, I don't have to worry about using third-party external recording system. I haven't understood how to use the new Microsoft recording system. I'm going to have to do some research and kind of learn it, as it's just brand new for this latest update. So, you know, I'm sorry, but it is what it is, and it's my mistake. So with that, uh, I hope you enjoyed this short video. And until next time, this is Bug Eater 64. And remember, as always, safe flying.